Congratulations to both Junior Athletes of the Year winners. And now what the night is about, our Athlete of the Year awards. Let's take a look at the nominees for the Female Athlete of the Year.
Top 3 nominees for Female Athlete of the Year: Jillian Tessera, Aransha King, Flora Duffy.
Mr. Premier, our Female Athlete of the Year is Flora Duffy.
Thank you very much. This is most unexpected. Flora will be absolutely thrilled when I tell her, when I go home. Thank you very much. The people that are to be thanked aren't really here. Well, Patty is the Triathlon Association, the Bermuda Olympic Association, but Flora's family is really in Boulder. Her coach, Neil, has been with her for the last 4 years. He has a group of cyclists that Flora trains with all the time, and swimmers. And last January, she took the semester off to get ready for London. And unbeknownst to Flora, all the group had to look after her and make sure she was happy and nothing got her down, that she was no stress, no anything whatsoever. And this one particular triathlete was on her shoulder the whole time, making sure that she wasn't down and she was okay and things did okay. And everything did until we got to London. And then they all had to put her back together when she got back to Boulder, as did we and everybody else. So thank you very, very much to Bermuda. Our continued support is there and yours is there. Thank you very much. To the general public who always stop and ask how Flora's doing, thank you very, very much. It really is appreciated. Thank you, Bermuda. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thanks.
Speaking now with Maria Duffy, Flora Duffy's mom. She's so busy overseas that you've accepted the Female Athlete of the Year award on her behalf. Did she say anything specifically for you to mention to the large audience inside?
Well, just to thank the Bermuda Olympic Association and the Bermuda Triathlon Association for all their support, and to Bermuda in general for all their continued support and good wishes in the coming events, and thank everybody very much.
Sure. Talking about coming events, are you aware of what's next for her?
No, graduation. She has to graduate in May, which is the key event. Then she will compete after that.
All right. Well, on behalf of Flora, you're saying congratulations. Yes. And thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now let's take a look at the nominees for the Male Athlete of the Year.
Top 3 nominees for Male Athlete of the Year: Tyler Butterfield, Tyrone Smith, Roy Allen Birch.
Mr. Premier, our Male Athlete of the Year is Tyrone Smith. Accepting on his behalf is the Vice President of the BTFA, Ms. Michelle Williams, and the President of the BNNAA, I said BTFA the first time, Ms. Donna Watson.
Again, good evening, everyone. I have a note from Tyrone, and I'm going to read it. Please bear with us. Attention. The person reading this speech is an imposter. The real Tyrone is tied up in the trunk with a measuring tape, blindfolded with a pair of tights, and a training sock in his mouth. Please save me, and when you do, please bring a large pepperoni pizza, a fish sandwich from Art Mal's, a bag of gummy bears, and a strawberry milkshake. Oh yes, and some mouthwash, because this training sock tastes horrible. I think by this point, you all know me better than to have a lame duck accepting speech where I say, you really, really like me. This past season for me was both amazing and heartbreaking at the same time. Reaching the final in the Olympic Games on my final qualification jump was without a doubt the highlight of my life so far. However, following that third round jump that would have secured me a medal is by far one of the most disappointing moments of my life. I'm only speaking for myself, but my belief is you go to the Olympics to win a medal, and that's all that counts. Thousands of hours of training and more sacrifices than you can ever remember all boil down to those few moments we have to write our names in the books. A great athlete is compelled to learn from their experiences and use that knowledge to be better and to be great. That is exactly what I intend to do, so you can count me out if you want to, but it would be an ill-advised bet. Being the Athlete of the Year to me is an amazing honor. It's not an award just for me, but for my entire support staff. So to Donna Watson, President of the Bermuda National Athletics Association, Michelle Williams, Vice President, Dr. Freddie Evans, General Secretary, Robert Oliver, Treasurer, Judy Simons, President of the Bermuda Olympic Association, Philip Cashard, Secretary General, my coaches, Brian Shidling and Kyle Teles, and all of my medical team who kept me together last year, and certainly my sponsors, Cell One, ASICS America, and Bermuda Healthcare Services. Thank you for putting me in a position to succeed. This award is for all of you. A special thank you to the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Recreation, and former Minister Glenn Blakeney for being in my corner so strongly last year. And in case any of you are wondering, I'm not retiring anytime soon. Rio 2016. God bless and good night. Oh, and whoever drives the red BMW convertible, your car is currently being towed.
Just before the Premier says the final remarks for the night, I just want to advise all of the recipients and winners to stay up, come up to the stage after the event's finished so we can take a group photo. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. What you didn't hear, what we were hearing standing here, was all of the hoorahs going on in the back there from the awardees who had won. Let me say that this is a wonderful occasion to be able to celebrate us, to celebrate Bermudians and their success. I want to say to all of the awardees first, thank you for making your families proud, and for your communities giving them something to talk about. And for Bermuda, you have definitely given us something to brag about. This is a wonderful occasion this evening, and I'm hoping that the next year, as we have been tasked with already, that we will come and we will celebrate all of our athletes, and that we will make this a greater and bigger occasion. I also want to thank you for coming out this evening. But more so, I also want to thank the families and the sacrifice that they have gone through to ensure that their family members who want to celebrate their life through sports gets the opportunity to do just that. To all of the support organizations and to the corporate sector, we want to say thank you. I'd also like to say thank you to the Department of Youth and Sport. Minister, wonderful occasion, but I want to say to all of those within the department, thank you for making this a special evening for our sportsmen and our sportswomen. One of the beautiful things about sports is this, and we don't talk about it enough, it is the relationships that are forged as our young people go out into the world and meet new people. Those are the lasting things, because after the certificate's been eaten by moths and maybe cockroaches, it is the experience that our young people have of going around the world in meeting people that is brought back to Bermuda that makes us so special as a people. Now, I want to say also, there's a quote that says, by Lindbergh, he said, winning isn't everything, but achieving and striving to win is. You know, when I thought a cricket game was going to break out here for a moment with all of the St. George, I was going to say St. David's, St. George's and Somerset, and then when I looked at the netball team walking up here, that was a pretty impressive looking team there, very intimidating at that as well. I wouldn't want to take a bunch of guys to play netball against those young ladies. But we have so much to be thankful for here on the island, and we must continue to support our athletes. They mean so much to us as an island. They have put us on the map, and I can think of the historical, going back in time as you look at some of these posters of many of our athletes of the past and how they have done Bermuda so well. And so we must continue to support and to do everything we can for the future of our athletes, ensuring that we are always on the map when it comes to sports. And so with that in mind, I want to say thank you all for coming out this evening. And I got one more good quote for you. I don't know if there's any boxers out there, but Muhammad Ali said this, you know, birds fly and grass grows. You know, water just beats up against the sand. What I do is what I do. I just beat up people. And I think what he was attempting to say was, always strive to do the best that you can do. We have some naturally born, talented people here when it comes to sports. And we must find a way to continue to cultivate that so that we can take that flavor, the Bermuda onion flavor, to the rest of the world. So I congratulate you all for coming out this evening, and to all of the awardees, I say thank you for making Bermuda that special place. And good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I wanted to say this here. I was sitting down listening. I got to say this here. Donna, where are you? Did she go in the back? You know, as some of our athletes get a bit older, you know, one of the only sports that we can figure out how to enjoy is you fly up in a plane and you fall out. It's called skydiving, you know? It's not stressful on the body.
I don't think we want to do that.
Thank you, Premier Cannoneer. Well, folks, we're getting to that part of the evening. I have a few thank yous before we wrap it up. First of all, I'd like to thank my lovely and gracious co-host, Ms. Deborah Salters. Can I have a round of applause for Deborah, please? She had to put up with a lot backstage.
I really did.
Also, we want to thank Nicole Conrad and her production team. They've done a fabulous job. They even made an old chubby guy look good. And my last thank you is for you. Thank you for joining us for the 32nd Annual Sports Awards. Congratulations to all of our winners.
It was a pleasure to work with Dr. Evans, even though we did have some challenging comments behind the scenes. But I'd like to add some thank yous to this as well. To the Department of Youth, Sport, and Recreation, because without them, this event would not be taking place. Congratulations again to our winners, but everyone is a winner. It doesn't matter that you went away with the award, because without a loser, you cannot have a winner. And I'd also like to thank the supporting guests, to the athletes. The athletes need all the support in the world. Being an athlete myself, it's really encouraging. It's very important to have not only family and friends, but all the organizations of all the national sporting bodies in Bermuda. I think you've all done a terrific job, so give yourselves a round of applause. As a reminder, please come up on stage or meet with the Premier so that you can all have your photos taken. I think you want to have a memory of this very memorable occasion. I was also supposed to remind you that you're invited to a cocktail reception. But I want to say this. Don't look for a cocktail. This is a sporting event. Athletes are not supposed to drink. So you are invited for light refreshments, which will consist of juice, water, maybe a juice box, Gatorade, okay? And enjoy yourselves, and thank you very much for attending, and I hope you all had a wonderful evening. We enjoyed being your host and hostess.
Thank you all. Good night.
Good night.